The research question for this assessment is how to achieve student engagement with the rising presence of technology in the classroom. Our subtopics are 1. Comprehension and implementation of technology, as well as technological student engagement and learning. 2. Advantageously using the presence of technology to implement and ensure student engagement. 3. Technological and pedagogical challenges in the classroom. 4. Practical pedagogical approaches implemented by teachers to positively improve disengagement from technology within the classroom, a generational perspective.
The presence of technology within classrooms around the globe is rapidly increasing. Educational institutions are continuously contributing towards the movement of learning with technology through the successful integration and adaptation of the culture associated with digital age students. Having said, our subtopics predominantly focus upon more so teachers' comprehension and implementation of new and innovative educational and assistive technology, and therewith the technological student engagement and learning leading to improvement and success. Our data collection strategies involve interviews and interview questions and surveys and questionnaires, where overall these involve both subjective and or qualitative and objective and or quantitative engagements and data collections. Furthermore, associated explorations include pedagogical and classroom practices, and therefrom how students learn by and through technology, instructional strategies, greater student engagement and learning, and/with technology's beneficial and rising presence, including classroom and behavioral management. Heflin, Shoemaker, and Nguyen 2017 also explain the crucial impact of technology upon student attitudes, engagement, and learning within a classroom, with a focus specifically upon mobiles as a technological device that carries both positive and negative impacts. Therefore, at the same time, there are cons of technology, recurring and problematic themes of technology, including technological distractions, and challenges within classrooms, where both teachers and students also face a lack of confidence/expertise with regard to ICT use and resources, but where, nevertheless, the technological pros and benefits are diverse and paramount.
The collective literary reviews found that the achievement of student engagement when using technology in the classroom was both successful and challenging, depending on the context and method of its implementation. In most studies, the use of technology was advantageous for student learning and engagement, provided it was appropriately designed, relevant to the content, and easily adaptable. Asghar and Rashid stated that the use of technology, individual applications, specialized programs, and social media as an educational tool resulted in increased student engagement. This statement is further highlighted through the investigation of student engagement whilst using tablet technology in a mathematics classroom conducted by Ingram, Williamson Leadley, and Pratt. In the investigation, teachers perceived that both the level and the quality of students' engagement were high. However, contributing factors to this finding was institutional context, such as policies and access to technology, and teacher characteristics, such as beliefs and knowledge in mathematics, pedagogy and technology, and professional development. In addition to this, research revealed that the presence of technology provides an effective and necessary learning resource, with numerous methods for differentiation that in turn enhances student learning and academic achievement. A study by Heflin, Shoemaker, and Nguyen examined that the success of student engagement as well as greater assessment scores were achieved through the appropriate educational applications, purposely designed to match the learning goals of students. Pera also suggests skill development such as cultural expressions and collaborations support fresh learning modes through the demand relationship between technologies and pedagogies. Bianca, Rosa, and Griffiths similarly emphasized that digital technological advances are significantly changing the available tools and texts for students and teachers. Research further highlighted that factors associated with long-term knowledge retention as a result of technology use in the classroom includes, but is not limited to, unrestricted student-teacher communication, a greater level of direct engagement with the proposed content, opportunity for effective collaboration, accessibility to knowledge, student confidence with technological devices and applications, and student motivation to learn when exposed to tasks based on ICT. Throughout the literature, technology is mostly seen as beneficial within the classroom, as technological advancements, according to Greener, can enhance a student's learning through practical pedagogical approaches. Greener also encourages the use of technology as it can resolve issues such as disengagement in the classroom instead of it being a problem.
However, the disadvantages of technological use within the classroom and the barriers it may present to student engagement include minimal pedagogical change, high expectations placed on teacher, or lack of confidence, disengagement and distraction, and lack of socio-cultural understanding or access to technological resources. In a range of studies, it was evident that most teachers had difficulties adopting technology within the classroom as they were not experienced with ICT resources. Consequently, these studies revealed that some teachers lacked resilience with technology and as a result disregarded its usefulness as part of the learning experience for students. Interestingly, studies that shared this result often revealed that teachers that avoid the use of technology within the classroom also experience a lack of student engagement with traditional classroom activities. High expectations placed on teachers to effectively use technology within the classroom is to some extent reliant on their ability to design and create content and learning activities that is both relevant and suit the learning needs of students. In addition to this, it was displayed that students' confidence and knowledge in technology often undermines teachers' ability to implement strategies of ICT effectively. Overall, studies that covered teacher challenges highlighted the struggle teachers present to provide support to students' needs, inadequate technology-based projects in the schools, and problems that both students and teachers face with its unreliability. For example, a teacher's introduction of new literacies is itself difficult, particularly when teachers are technologically underprepared or worse, unsavvy. In addition to this, a number of studies reported an insignificant and even negative relationship between the use of technology within the classroom and successful student engagement and academic achievement. It was suggested that a detrimental factor that contributed to this result was that any use of technology for learning also meant that there was an opportunity for student distraction and therefore disengagement. Overall, studies highlighted that the use of technology in the classroom meant students lacked the ability to shift between the device being used and teacher instruction, were often found multitasking between applications, had difficulty completing allocated tasks, presented cognitive disengagement, lacked positive body language and physical participation in individual and collaborative learning involving ICT. It is also important to note that different generations bring different attributes, expectations, preparations, and strengths into the classroom. And with the Centennial generation being the most recent, there is a lack of research in regards to the presence of technology and the success of their learning.
In conclusion, the collective literary reviews examined in regards to our research question, how to achieve student engagement with the rising presence of technology in the classroom, provided a foreground for our research as well as a broad perspective for both the advantages and disadvantages of using technology in the 21st century classroom. The studies suggested that the advantages of using technology in the classroom to achieve student engagement included but were not limited to encouraging student communication, collaboration and understanding, enhancing student learning and academic achievement, and providing effective methods for differentiation, especially when the teacher presented confidence and appropriately designed activities with technology of the program used. In contrast, some studies suggested that using technology in the classroom was disadvantageous and challenging, with great focus on the ability, savviness, and resilience of the teacher in implementing its use, as well as reference to other contributing factors such as increased opportunity for students to be distracted, disengaged, and an overall lack of significant correlation between technological presence and academic achievement.
The data collection strategy conducted involved interviews where interviewees responded to subjective and qualitative questions. The first interview consisted of 9 questions where teachers were asked to provide short answer responses, regarding the comprehension and implementation of technology. As well as this, teachers also provided responses regarding student engagement and learning whilst using technology within the classroom. The total number of teachers interviewed were 5, where 80% of teachers stated that they favour technology within the classroom as an enhancement of learning. 20% of teachers preferred traditional methods which did not include technology.
The second interview included a total of 10 teachers as participants who were interviewed over a 5-minute time period. The aim of the interview was to find technological and pedagogical challenges in the classroom revolving around ICT. Although the desired time for interviews was 5 minutes, some teachers went over time as some teachers went more into depth on some questions. The reason for going over time is that one question branched off into more depth to get an in-depth answer from the participant. 10% of teachers claimed they did not experience technological challenges within the classroom, whereas 90% of teachers stated that the use of technological pedagogical approaches allowed various challenges to arise. Despite this, 90% of teachers did see ICT as a crucial element to enhancing student learning and that the challenges were manageable. Overall, from both these interviews, it was evident that most teachers felt confident using ICT and were skilled with technology used in the classroom. Furthermore, most teachers implemented ICT regularly in the classroom lessons as a result. Issues teachers faced implementing ICT included distraction, difficulty adapting to specific websites, short attention span, non-explicit instructions, lack of knowledge from students, not being able to redirect student attention. Moreover, all agreed that ICT was a crucial element to the teaching experience. Most teachers used interactive applications to engage students in learning such as Kahoot, Google Doc, and Mathletics. Teachers have observed some positive impacts of ICT within the classroom. They include engagement improvement, students broadening their perspectives of learning, encouraging individual learning, and benefits life skills students by engaging their learning process through effective websites. Negative impacts were also observed by teachers, which include games can be distractive, students heavily rely on autocorrect, which makes students lazy.
Both questionnaires provided to participants consisted of both qualitative and quantitative data collection methods. One questionnaire contained 15 questions with both scale and short answer responses. This questionnaire aimed to view how practical pedagogical approaches implemented by teachers can positively improve disengagement from technology within the classroom. Participants provided with this questionnaire were from 4 different generations: Gen W, Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. 10 people from each generation participated in the questionnaire, resulting to a total number of 40 participants. From this questionnaire, it was evident that the older generations seemed to believe that technology is not required throughout the classroom, whereas younger generations believed it was crucial to include technology as a way of learning. The purpose of the second questionnaire was to gain an insight to the personal views of students on the advantages and disadvantages of using technology for learning within the classroom and its effect on student engagement. The second questionnaire was provided to 20 individuals from a Year 8 class in a Western Sydney high school. This questionnaire consisted of 10 questions, where participants provided answers to multiple choice and short answer questions. Students provided results where 75% found themselves distracted in the classroom, whether it be from friends, connectivity, or device issues. The work was either too hard or too easy, or the student admitted to opening another application on the device irrelevant to the task. Only 25% of students claim they did not get distracted in class where technology was used for learning. Overall, the questionnaire found that the majority of students stated that technology is important in the classroom despite being distracted from it. However, combining the data collected from both questionnaires, it is evident that the Year 8 students are from Gen Z, hence why they claim technology is crucial in the classroom as a way of learning. Overall, after analysing and assessing the qualitative and quantitative data from the questionnaires, younger generations seem to believe that technology is required throughout the classroom despite being distracted, as they believed it can be used advantageously, whereas older generations did not have the option of using technology to enhance learning, therefore they do not see it to be a necessity.
The ethical principles of informed consent have been incorporated into this data collection protocol. Under no circumstance has research findings been accepted without an associated consent form, nor has it been attached to the completed research without being completely de-identified. In the interest of obtaining informed consent, The members of the group have explained the purpose of the project to staff and selected students so that contact may be made if there are any questions or areas of concern. The consent forms were issued to students as well as teachers participating in the project, and appropriate collection and submission methods have taken place to ensure reliability and ethicality during our research.